Hey YouTube, guess who? It's me, Tammi C. Walker. I've been missing in action, but I'm back. How you all doing? I'm doing real good. I am so happy to be on camera, happy to see my people, even though I don't see you all, but I see you all in my mind. And I hope and pray your 2025 is off to a good start. Mine is. Business is booming. I got a promotion at my first job. Hey, I mean, things are going well. So I'm very grateful. But before I do all that, let my little intro play, and I'll be back. Thank you all.
I want to believe we can rule the galaxy, move on from insanity. We can live our fantasies.
Hey, you all, I'm back again. Today I want to talk about how our failures, how they actually help us. I know people get afraid to start things because they don't want to fail. And you even hear that with people saying, I don't want to get in a relationship again because the last one didn't work or the last few didn't work. Or you hear people say, I'm going to stay at my job. It's safe. And the very time you stay at that job, you get laid off when you should have gotten your resume together and tried for other jobs. Always keep a resume handy. Hit that like button for me. Hit subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Don't be shy now. Don't be scared. Yeah. And then, like with the dating thing, you could be standing right in front of a very good person, but because of your fear, you're passing them up. Don't get into all this crap you see on the internet. People that talk negatively about love and relationships, pretty much they probably scared to or burned so bad. And some of this stuff comes from childhood. They've seen so much negativity in relationships or in marriages, they can't see the forest for the trees. So they get on the internet and talk all this shit. Excuse my French. But that's what it is about. Sorry if I offend anybody. About, getting married or having a relationship. But that's not cool. And then people listen to that and they're like, oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't believe the hype. I don't believe the things I read and hear. I go by what I feel. I go by what I believe. I go by what I write down. I go by what I pray for and what I desire. And that's that. Don't get caught up in other people's negativity and mess, because that's what's going on. This social media, as beautiful as YouTube is and all these other platforms are, it can be really damaging. It's very desensitized. Before I get started, let's keep California lifted up. Let's not do this whole rich people versus poor and this and that. Those are people. And those people have homes that they have worked hard to have, regardless if they got it through an everyday job or through acting or music. Work is work. Okay. Just like I'm a social worker and a counselor or a therapist, I'm also a person. Just like they are a singer, songwriter, actor, they're a person. And we have possessions and we have things we worked hard for, really hard. And nobody wants their memories going up in smoke on their couch or their clothes. We work hard for these things. Not that we worship them, we don't want them destroyed. So let's show some love and grace to California and just thank God that you're okay wherever you are. No matter where you are in this world, we all are subjected to some form of a natural disaster or a disaster. So let's be grateful and gracious and grateful for what we have, but also show love and send some prayers, because that fire is not ending just yet and it's so dry there. So I got to keep it moving because I don't want to lose you all, but I just want to make sure I said that. Alrighty, so how can your failure help you? Am I even making sense? I failed. What are you talking about, Tammi? I started my business. I had to shut it down. It didn't work out. I lost money. I went for the bar exam. I failed it. I spent a lot of money studying for that test. I got approved for a home, and when they went to close on my loan, it didn't go through. I got prepared to get married. I bought the wedding dress. We had the hall, and he got cold feet, and I didn't get married. So how are these failures going to help me? I've submitted my music 12 times to this record label or these different record labels. It's not working out. Well, this is how the failures can help you. Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb, he attempted 3,000 times before he was successful. Michael Jordan, the GOAT, my GOAT, greatest of all times. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Was cut from his high school basketball team. Go figure. Steph Curry, he tried to get into a larger university. They said, oh, you too small. He had to go to a small college because they didn't want him. The great Steph Curry. Tyler Perry, he was about to quit his play writing because he couldn't get anyone to hardly come. That last play ignited, and he's a billionaire now. I don't even know how many times over. There were some more people. Abraham Lincoln, the famous president, filed bankruptcy and failed 26 times in his business ventures. J.K. Rowling, or J.K. Rowling, however you say her name, Harry Potter author, was depressed, was divorced, was penniless. And this lady created those Harry Potter books, which turned into movies. Steven Spielberg, believe it or not, rejected from the USC Film School 3 times. He's only been writing movies and scripts and stuff only 60 years. Only but famous. E.T. to say the least. Stephen King, a famous author, was rejected 30 times. And Carrie is the bomb. One of my favorite movies, by the way. But if these people can get rejected and got back on the horse and rode again, so can you. Our failures help us because if we use them and channel them into a positive light, it will make us better. I failed before many times. I was a life coach, and I was a diligent life coach. I had cancer in 08, 09, and I became a life coach in 2010. And then I even had clients when I had chemotherapy, but I showed up for that coaching session because I didn't want to let my client down. But that life coaching, it didn't really work out for me. People didn't know what a life coach did. I wasn't good with my marketing. I did workshops though. I would do workshops about how to have great health, how to be confident. And people came out here and there. There was about 2 or 3 times where one person came. And then it was a time, maybe twice, where no one came to my workshops. And I began to feel like a failure. I didn't beat myself up real bad. I was just like, I'm going to take a different approach. And I've noticed that the people that I was life coaching that were coming to the workshop, some of them seemed depressed or anxious. So I already knew the route would be to be a therapist, which I had already told my therapist years ago. I wanted to be a therapist. And she said, go and get your master's degree. And I was like, no. I'm not going back to no school. It just wasn't in my cards. I just did not want to go back to school. But I'm so glad I changed my mind. I had to get into this field. Went back to school in 2015. Look, 10 years ago this August. See there? 10 years ago. And graduated in 2018. Began working in private practice part-time in 2018. And look at me now. I have my own practice. Bam. Licensed clinical social worker. So if I could do it, the girl, the kid from the west side of Chicago, if she can do this, so can you. It doesn't happen just for certain people. All of us have that innate ability to be successful. It's just how bad you want it. You can't be thin-skinned. You can't give up. Giving up is not an option. You got to go hard in the paint. And when you fail, you get up and try again. This is why they keep talking about Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose. People don't even know what's going on. This guy kept getting rehabbed over and over. Tore his knee. He gets rehab. When you have to get rehab like that, it can be 12 to 18 months each time. It happened again. Another 12 to 18 months. Next thing you know, third time, he had to get his meniscus. Something happened with his meniscus. He's doing it again. And that guy kept coming back. Every time he got injured, he came back. This is why they're talking about him so much. Youngest MVP, from Inglewood, one of our roughest parts of the city on the south side of Chicago. So it's something to be said about this guy, and his humility alone speaks volumes. It really does. I have a picture of Derrick Rose shoveling someone out of the snow. This is when he was, in the prime. So to rehab yourself like that over and over and come back, it says a lot. My player right now, Lonzo Ball, they said he'll never play again. He couldn't even walk. Lonzo was having trouble going up the stairs recently. Now this guy is contributing very well to the Bulls. Alonzo has a very high basketball IQ. He can scan that floor and know just where to put that ball for the other players. But people crack jokes when you're injured, which is absolutely preposterous. Sick. It's just sick. So that's why we can't pay attention to the internet, because people that laugh at injuries, or people were laughing at Janae Aiko because her house burned down. Like, what is happening? That's some sick stuff. So those are the kind of things that irritate me, because that's a lack of humility. We have to not pay attention to negativity, especially if you want to succeed. You got to have blinders on. You literally got to have blinders on. And what I do when it comes to negativity, oh, it's around, baby. Baby, it's everywhere. You can go in the store, you hear somebody complaining and whining. You can be at work, you'll hear something. You can be where I work at a school, I hear it here and there. I just take off. I don't even want to be a buyer. Other places, I can see energy. I be like, yeah, I'm going, let me go this way. Oh, look, I got to go that way. You don't buy into the negativity that's around you. You got to have a solid mind if you want to be successful, because with success, it comes challenges, it comes failures. You have to redirect yourself sometimes. You want to go one way with a product, you may have to take it another way. So how do you become successful after you fail? Let me just give you a few little tips. You have to embrace a growth mindset. How bad do you want it? You can't be thinking lowly, or I'm poor, I'm broke. I do not say I'm broke. I do not say those words anymore. You have to embrace a growth mindset. This says it's a mindset that sees failures as learning opportunities. That's what they are. If you invested some money in a business and it failed, I bet you're going to know now how to invest your money a little bit better, because when your pocketbook is affected, that gets our attention. And you have to understand that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone towards improvement. Cultivate a belief in your ability to grow, learn, and overcome obstacles. That's all we go through sometimes, it's obstacles. Talk to different people. They'll tell you, I went through a divorce. It was hard. The finances was hard. It was tight. My kids were affected. I was affected. I cried many nights. Talk to someone that's a single parent. They'll tell you. So you want to analyze and learn. Take the time to reflect on your failures. Identify what went wrong. And that's the key. When you do fail, look at what went wrong and figure out how to do a workaround. How can I prevent this from happening again? Next time I'll do 1, 2, 3 so this doesn't happen. That's why failure is a teacher. So take valuable lessons from each setback, because they can provide insight for a successful future. That is so true. You also want to define your goals. Set your clear goals. This is why sometimes resolutions don't work. People do goals that are really, I don't want to say it's beyond them, because you can put a goal down and do it. But if you're sitting on the couch like me, and then you say, oh, I'm going to work out 7 days a week, and you know you've been sitting on the couch eating chocolate chip cookies, ice cream, whatever you've been doing, now all of a sudden you're going to throw that stuff away and jump up and exercise every day. It's probably not going to happen. But set a goal of, I'm going to work out 2 times a week. Then increase it to 3. Start 30 minutes, sometimes even 20, and bump it up to 45. Next thing you know, you are doing it every day because you really enjoy working out. Develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from failure. Cultivate this trait by strengthening your emotional well-being and maintaining a positive outlook. Practice self-care. Surround yourself with a positive network. Focus on your strengths and achievements. Some people tell me, I don't know how you did that. I wouldn't be able to do that. If somebody told me I had cancer, I wouldn't make it. Okay, so what are your options? You're gonna do what the doctor tell you or die. Though it's as simple as that, and as cold as that sounds, is pretty much it. So you want to live, you're gonna fight to live, and that's what we have to do. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does. Your dream is dependent upon you. There's somebody out there that needs to see the clothing line that you design. They need to taste the food that you make. They need your expertise with their hair. Maybe you're going to make a hair product that's not out. They need to hear your voice. They need to hear your story. They could connect with you if they hear how you went through something in a relationship, how your mom treated you, how your dad treated you, how you were mistreated. They are going to resonate with your story. So when we don't live our dreams and when we don't push through failure, we're hurting others that are waiting to hear and see you. Don't ever think like, they won't care, or this would never work, or my whatever won't sell. It's just like me. It's thousands of therapists, thousands. But it's not a Tammi Walker. It's not someone with my blueprint. It's not someone that can deliver my sessions the way I do. It's not someone that goes hard in the paint like I do. I'm the only Tammi C Walker, that is, that has this story. Nobody else has my life. Nobody else has whoever else's life. This is why there are therapists, clinicians for every person. Everybody has their own niche. And I'm not for everybody. I tell people that I'm never offended when somebody doesn't want to come back to me. Maybe they reached the end of the rope with me. Maybe I wasn't enough for them. Maybe I wasn't digging deep enough. Maybe I didn't use big enough words. Whatever it is that they need, I want them to get it. I always want my clients to get what they need. Their insurance is paying for it, or either they're paying cash. Either way, they deserve to be with a clinician or a therapist that really connects with them. I'm not offended, because what my manager say is 3-4 more where you came from. This business has been booming for the last 5 years. So again, persist and be persistent and persevere. That's what I want to say. Success rarely happens overnight. I just told you, 2015 I enrolled in school. 2018 I graduated. 2018 I started working part-time in private practice, 2 clients a week, 4 clients a week. That lasted till 2020. 2020 the thing blew up, and 2024 I opened my own practice. That took 9 years. It doesn't happen overnight. Just like some people, they do their YouTube channel, they blow up in a few months. Me, that's not my story. It took me years to get to where I'm at. So everybody's different. Take calculated risk. Whenever I take a risk, mostly that's when my best success happens. Oh, I'm going to throw my name in the hat. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, when I go on whims, that's when my best success happens. Don't play it safe. You're never safe. Even when you think you're safe, you're not safe. You're really not. So keep learning. Keep growing. I just checked out 6 books the other week from the library to help me. Self-help books. Keep studying. You're never done learning until you leave this earth. You can learn from a teenager. You could be in your 40s and 50s and a teenager tell you something you never knew. So keep learning, keep churning. Don't ever give up. Even if you fail and you're devastated, walk away from it, process it, let it go for a little while, go back at it in a different way. Get a mentor. Get on Google. Use the internet. Go to the library. Check out books. People want to help you with your business or whatever it is. Okay, so I hope something I said helped you. Don't give up because you failed, because you didn't fail. The only failure is not trying. The only failure is not asking questions. Okay? Tammi Sharice Walker, I hope I helped you now. Drop me some comments, and you all take care. Thank you all. Bye-bye.